Welcome to Harbour Studio. Today my client wanted a mid to high skin fade with a little bit off the top, so I'm going to walk you through how I achieved this look today. So first you want to saturate the hair, and then afterwards you want to section off from the crown to the recession point. Once you've done this, you're going to cut whatever comes off the head. So we're working, basically building a foundation all the way around the head to set us up for the fade. So anything that's coming off the head shape, we're cutting off. Once we've done this, I'm going to split the top of the hair down the middle and connect it to the work we just did. Now we're going to cut the top. There's going to be a little peak that's going to connect to the work we just did on the left and right side of the head. You're just going to want to cut off that peak, and it's going to give you a nice square look on top. Now we're going to dry it off so it's ready for our clipper work. First I'm going in with a 2.5 guard, so that's a 2 open, and I'm coming right off the head. That's going to blend right into our scissor work that we just did. Now I'm going to use the trimmers to start balding him out. Right, I'm going to go in with my boulder now, and I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch of stubble, and I'm just going to flick out of it to give it a little bit more gradients to the fade. Now I'm going to create my first guideline with the lever all the way open, so that's a 0.5. Going to go up about 1/2 inch. Now I'm using my 1 all the way open to create my second guideline. We're going to be stacking our guidelines and then fading down. With this texture of hair, you have to take a lot of passes. It's really strong, dense hair, and very dark as well. Now we're going in with my two all the way open, so 2.5. We already did this previously, but I just wanted to make sure it was all at 2.5. Now we're going to close it all the way, and we're going to start hitting that dark line. Now I'm going to use my 1.5 guard, and it's going to be halfway open, so it should be on a 0.3. We're just going to continue softening up that dark line. Now we're using our 1 all the way open again to connect it to that dark line. We're just going to flick out at it.
Zane98.
So right underneath what we just did, I've gone 1 guard halfway open, and then I'm going to close it all the way now, just underneath what I just did, flicking out with a 1 guard completely closed. And if you need to open it up again because you've created a line, you can do so. Now I'm going in with my half guard, but I've got it halfway open, and I'm very lightly flicking at the one close that I just did, just so it blends in nicely and I don't create any lines. Now we're going to take out that bottom guideline. Firstly, I'm starting with a 0.3, then right underneath that I'm going to do a 0.2, and then I'm going to close the clipper all the way right at the bottom of the line, and I'm going to flick out. The only reason I changed the clipper I'm using is just because my other one gets very hot. The blade gets too hot for people's skin after it's been on them for a while. Now the fade's still looking very dark and I see a few lines, so I'm going to go in with my 1.5 guard halfway open again. We're just going to start spreading the fade out a little bit. Now I'm back to my 1 open. We're just using the same exact steps we just did. Now I've closed it halfway. Now I've closed it completely. Then I'm going to end up going to my half guard as well and flicking out. Now I'm using my half guard. And I'm still using it halfway open. Now I'm back to the 1 open. Halfway now, and then I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to use the half guard halfway open again, just to spread out the fade some more. Now that the fade's done, I'm going to line his overgrown hairs on his hairline and his sidebars. He didn't want a C-cup on this cut. Now I'm doing some razor work just to get it extra sharp. Now I'm going to use some enhancements, only on the sidebars. I don't really like adding it to the beard. I think it looks a bit too unnatural, but I do like putting it in people's sidebars and C-cups. Now on the back I'm going to do the exact same steps, so I'm just going to let it play out very quickly and you can see it all come together. Honestly, I wish I could fade this fast. Make sure you're taking your time, because on this texture of hair, it's very dark, very dense. It takes a lot of passes to get everything the length you want to get it.
Zane98.
Now we're going to just finish it off with some powder and some hairspray as well, just to give it some style. As you can see, this is how he walked in and this is the after. Make sure you subscribe for more tutorials. I have a lot of clients with different hair textures that I'm going to be doing a lot of different tutorials on.